When you think of heroes, what do you imagine? For most people, it's this. Others often think of this. You may even think about this. And the truly elite will consider this. According to Google, a hero is a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. But right under that, it also says hero is a type of sandwich, so we'll say the definition is broad. All of the people shown can be called heroes in their own ways, but how heroic are they really? How effective are these heroes at actually being heroic? Do any of their actions truly matter? As far as real life goes, I don't have a heroic type of job, nor do I inspire children to do greatness. So I'm going to leave real life heroes out of this video. Where movies are concerned, I can judge any character's actions by whatever standards I decide are the most important, like the Olympics, so it's easier to gauge their heroism. Movie heroes have a designated and specific world to try and save, so we'll be looking at how an assortment of protagonists from various genres manage to save their respective worlds. I've assembled a list of 35 characters who I feel are some of the best examples of heroism. There's 2 superheroes, 7 animated, 3 unique heroes, 13 regular heroes, and 10 chosen ones. All of them bring unique characteristics and perspectives on the hero gig, but they share many qualities between each other. As we go through each character, I'll answer a series of questions to determine their heroicness. Once determined, I'll rank them on this, the tier list of heroism. With this knowledge, we will finally figure out which movie hero is truly the most heroic. There may be some names on this list you don't recognize, and maybe even some you feel should have been included and weren't. That's too bad, and it's too late. The information I provide is the most important information to learn anyway, so shut the fuck up and let's get going. We'll start with 3 heroes from the regular category. This could be from any genre, live action, or animated. Which will start us off, of course, with Shrek.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
A classic fairy tale story from the very first seconds of the movie. We see the princess, the dragon, the fantasy kingdom, true love's kiss, and then Shrek reaches his big-ass ugly ogre hand in and rips that shit right out of the book and uses it to wipe his insane ogre ass crack. Says, this is bullshit, fuck this is never gonna happen, and starts blasting All-Star. This is top 3 openings in cinema. You cannot do it better than this. You can only equal it. Right off the bat, we learn everything we need to about Shrek, and even more so during the title sequence. By the end, when he tells the villagers to run away, we know one thing for sure. This motherfucker is not a hero. But like many stories, some have greatness thrust upon them later in life, and to become a hero through that takes a lot of steps. I've come up with some questions to help follow these steps and track their progress along the way to see if the heroics are even working. Number 1. Are they a chosen one, and who are they? Some of these characters share traits with chosen ones, but still follow different patterns overall to not count as them. Shrek is not a chosen one. He's a crude, crass, and brutish ogre who values the privacy given to him by the fear and hatred of the people. He loves living alone and staying alone. Later, that would include his family, but he included them in his solitude mentality. He is by no means supposed to be a hero. He's the last person anybody would expect or choose to be a hero. But when his privacy is ruined and his home overrun with strange creatures, he takes it upon himself to do something about it, and yells at them in a fit of rage, which he gets praised for, and which he fucking hates. He doesn't want to be a hero by any means. He only sets out to find Farquaad so he can kick everyone out and go back to being by himself. When he gets there, he kicks every knight's ass in the tournament and demands Farquaad remove the creatures from his land in front of everyone, which Farquaad would never expect an ogre to do. He makes Shrek a deal, and Shrek, being the hero he truly is, agrees to go on a quest to help Fiona to help Farquaad, to help the creatures, to help himself. Already, he has to do a lot of heroic things for other people just to get what he wants. It changes, of course, when he meets Fiona and he does what she says, but I also would do anything she said if I met her, so I get that. Shrek goes through a lot of toil and strife to get what he wants. Like, 3 movies worth of bullshit happens to him to go back to being by himself. He even has to overcome a 4th movie of alternate dimension bullshit. But, to be fair, that is the movie that changes Shrek's character in a major way and shows him that being open to new ideas and experiences is a more fulfilling and truly a better way to live. So, by the end of it all, Shrek definitely changes the world and his world, meaning his family's world as well. That's usually what it means when I say their world. It's usually their close ones, their relatives, their loved ones, shit like that is usually what their world means. And he changes all of that regardless. The world is for sure going to remain changed after the movie ends. There's a compassionate new king on the throne, and the fairy tale villains have been reformed and renounced their evil ways live on stage in front of everyone. Shrek is a hero to so many people throughout the story that a literal alternate dimension where, due to his absence, the kingdom is destroyed isn't enough to stop him from saving the day. What a fucking badass! Conflict is unlikely to continue soon in this world. It is a fairy tale kingdom. Something is bound to come up. And as we all know, we have another AI cash grab bullshit attempt at a movie coming out soon. So can't wait to see what that's like. Overall, Shrek is an A-tier hero. Not quite top of the list, but far better than you'd expect from an ogre. Also, 3 out of 4 movies end with a big dance party. That's almost a clean sweep. That, of course, brings us to our second hero to analyze, Spider-Man! A classic superhero. The webs, the swinging, the villains, the chicks, the power, the responsibility, all that shit. It's awesome. But, as you'd expect, being a superhero isn't all fun and games. Sometimes bad stuff happens, and in the case of Spider-Man, that's all the time. Peter Parker isn't really a chosen one like the others are, but the stories do share many aspects. Peter is beyond outcast socially. Nobody likes this motherfucker. Classic dweeb, nerd, Poindexter loser. Before getting his powers, he's definitely not supposed to be a hero either. He's clumsy, lazy, and has pretty low self-confidence. After he realizes what he can do, Toby goes to a wrestling ring to try to win money to buy a car to impress MJ. Andrew doesn't do that shit at all, fucking virgin. After Ben gets capped, he decides he wants to be the hero to the city. Toby gets the killer immediately, but defends the city out of responsibility. But Andrew starts defending the city out of revenge to find Ben's killer. Peter wants a girlfriend and normal life, but he knows he can't really have one. And even when he does, he still wants to be Spider-Man more. He goes through toil and strife constantly, just to have anything. Someone's always yelling at him or messing with his life or plotting against him, sometimes simply for just being Spider-Man at all. And even Peter is going through the ringer constantly, without superhero bullshit. As he'd tell you though, he always comes back. Being Spider-Man is simply too cool, and his responsibilities are far too great. He definitely changes the world and his own world, and it'll stay changed long after the story ends. But like all superheroes, that changes all for the worse. Conflict is guaranteed to continue. Superheroes bring nothing but supervillains, which always result in mass casualties, the people closest to them are always in danger, and the city they defend, or entire planet they're on, is always on the brink of destruction. So, as far as actual heroic effectiveness goes, Peter Parker, Spider-Man is actually pretty low on this list. Sorry, Pete, but get fucked. Speaking of people I'd like to fuck, Ethan Hunt. The Mission Impossible movies are sick as fuck. Tight scripts, a lean time frame, killer sequences, it's all there. They serve more as one-off stories as opposed to parts of a larger whole narrative, so Ethan's heroic effectiveness is a little different than the others. The last movie tries to say, oh no, we started this story way back when and you didn't even know it. We actually did this a long time ago, but that's a bullshit cover-up, so fuck him. He's not a chosen one. He's made himself the right guy for every job. A highly skilled special ops madman, capable of accomplishing any mission under any circumstances ever, regardless of impossibility. In the most dire of straits, he will find a way to pull off this cartoon level of badassery to get the job done. He, as a character, is supposed to be a hero, but he may not think of himself as such. Is he? Is Ethan supposed to be a hero? Yes. He's an IMF agent. He signed up for this. This is his job. He knows what the job is. He knows the job is heroic. He knows it takes him all over the fucking world. And what he has to do to save the world. Yes. So Ethan is supposed to be a hero. He has to do heroic things. Okay. His methods are devious and very mission-focused as opposed to people-focused. So people get killed. But it's always in the name of heroism, I guess. And to save the world. So it's cool. He has gotten the world out of some pretty hairy situations, not gonna lie. After just 3 nukes in Fallout, they went the only stage further they could in the next movie, which is every nuke on the planet. Ethan wants to be a hero, adrenaline junkie, super spy more than anything. He does fall in love and put her first for a while, but eventually realizes that they can never be together because of his work, and he would never give that up for anyone. Kind of like Spider-Man. A lot of toil, a lot of strife throughout. Many good operatives get killed to get Ethan to the end of any mission. As far as toiling for his love, he has to fake his wife's death by killing a hit squad and blaming it on revenge and going to Serbian prison just to keep her safe. So, that's hard. He doesn't hesitate to escape when the time comes, though. The thrill of the job is worth far more to Ethan than love ever could be. He doesn't so much change the world as opposed to just save it. His actions aren't heeded or considered by other people in the world of the story, except for his friends and teammates who do change and learn and grow. The world does not do this. The world does not remain changed after Ethan's actions. Maybe briefly, but he often gets his next mission immediately and more hijinks ensue. There's a scene in The Final Reckoning when the president tells Ethan, we remember all the missions you went on and the people you saved and the lives you changed. We love you, Ethan. You're so cool, Ethan. We love you. But they don't really give a fuck. They try to stop him at every turn throughout the rest of the movie. Everybody in that room has a chance to say their variation of, Ethan, what are you doing? Your plan's crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? We can't do this. Are you insane? Stop him. Stop him. You just said how much you love him. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? This is the plan. This is the only plan left. Do you know the stakes? Do you know what's going on? Have you been listening? Have you watched the movie? Do you know what this fucking key unlocks? Do you know what's even happening? That's the only plan left. That's all we have. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm the guy. I'm the crazy guy. Me. This is the crazy guy. He can do it. He can do it! He's the only guy who can do it! Why are you saying now, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's kill everybody! That's their plan! That's their fucking plan! Instead of let Ethan try, their plan is kill everybody alive! Are you stupid? Let Ethan try! Are you dumb? Are we dumb? They try to stop him constantly. The whole movie, they're like, stop Ethan! Oh my god! Stop Ethan! Why? You just said how much you need him in the beginning of the movie. You just said how much you love him. He's trying to save you. He's the only guy trying to save the world. He's the only guy trying to actually alright, I think I can save the world. But here's the plan that's needed to save the world. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy. It shouldn't work. And they're like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Focus up. It's the only plan we have. It's the only plan left. That's what's required. Those are the stakes. The stakes are so high. Me, the nameless shadow man, has come out of the shadows and into the general population's life. The president and a general and other high members of command who in the previous movie got gassed because they didn't know who Ethan was. That scene was pretty sick. They all know now who he is and what the IMF stands for, this bullshit task force. And they try to stop him the whole movie. I don't get it. There's problems in The Final Reckoning. I have more of that to fucking talk about in this bullshit. But it's ass. It's so dumb how, like, it's... Why is that a problem in the script? Why did you do that? Why is it written like that? There's a couple of fucking problems in the script. It's not that good of a movie. It's not that much of a banger to end on. Holy shit, dude. Conflict is bound to continue in this world, even with the final movie out. Conflict may be slowed, but it is guaranteed. With the franchise now only recently over, I do have to change Ethan's previous position on the list. The last movie reminds you a few times all that he's done and how he had to do it, and it's all so fucking cool. In Final Reckoning, he does pull off some pretty unique badass nonsense, and he saves the world from some pretty unfathomably disastrous consequences. So, fair enough, Ethan. You can be A tier. Now you might be asking yourself, damn, what the fuck? Where's Luke Skywalker? Where's Harry Potter? Where's Frodo? Look, I've included plenty of heroes that fit the Chosen One archetype, you all know. I have read my boy Joe's book. I've seen the heroes. I've seen the faces. There's about 1,000 of them at least. I'm familiar with them. The heroes on this list have a little more leeway with what hero means and how that chooses to affect people. It's different sometimes, but that's okay. We'll start off here with everybody's favorite Chosen One, Emmett.
Yes, it's true. I may not be a master builder. I may not have a lot of experience fighting or leading or coming up with plans. Or having ideas in general. In fact, I'm not all that smart.